Hey guys, Nick Bosco here, and today I want to do a little reaction video to the news that just broke a little while ago on the MMA Hour that Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship has signed two former UFC champions, Luke Rockhold and Eddie Alvarez. I mean, I heard some rumblings. I think it was my MMA News that said earlier in the week that they heard Luke Rockhold was going to be signing with the promotion. So I think I had a little more time to, react to that over the past week. Like I kind of knew it was coming. But the signing of Eddie Alvarez is something that's pretty shocking to me. So both of these guys, right? Let's look at Luke Rockhold first. He has been pretty unhappy with the situation with the UFC for a long time. He retired, he came back, he retired again. All the while he's trash talking the UFC. He's a former champion, but he seems like he was never happy with the pay. He was never happy with his situation there. Now he goes on to the MMA Hour talking about how happy he is to sign with Bare Knuckle. He said he has the freedom to do whatever he wants. He can go to boxing. I know he's been calling either Logan or Jake Paul or one of them, saying he wants to box them. So now he could do this bare knuckle boxing. He'll be fighting Mike Perry, who I think is probably the biggest name in bare knuckle right now. He's very outspoken himself. He's wild man. So that fight should be interesting. But like I said, it's purely bare knuckle, no glove. But both of those guys had their troubles in the UFC and they're both trying to just make their money. So here he is, making his money against Mike Perry. He said, he hinted at the fact that he was making more money than he was making in the UFC, although he didn't come right out and say it. Alvarez is a different story. He left the UFC in 2018. He signed with one championship. He was one of the biggest names signing with one championship for a long time. Him and Demetrius Johnson, they went over there and fought in Asia. They made their big money, but now he said he wants to fight closer to home. He signed a one fight deal, I guess, also with Bare Knuckle. So what do you think of this news? It's kind of cool, I guess, because now there's like a lot more options for these guys. Before it was like you retire from the UFC, what are you going to do? Go to Bellator? Now it's like you see them you can go to Bellator, you can go to PFL, you can go box one of these celebrity boxers, Jake Paul or something like that, like Nate Diaz has supposedly been doing. You can go to Bare Knuckle, and they're making a lot more money than they would have if they had just stayed with the UFC. You see Francis Ngannou doing the same thing. I don't think he's going to Bare Knuckle, but he's looking for more lucrative opportunities somewhere else. So good for these guys. That's my initial reaction. I'm looking forward to it. Eddie Alvarez will be fighting Chad Mendes, another former UFC guy. That'll be the co-main event on April 29th. And Rockhold against Perry will be the main event. So let me know in the comments what you think of this signing. Let me know if you're planning on buying the pay-per-view. Yes, it's a pay-per-view for that card. I think it's going to be like $49 or $50, something like that. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that these guys can handle the bare knuckle? Do you think Luke Rockhold can handle it? Do you think that they'll win? Do you think they'll continue fighting this way? Do you think they'll go, back and forth between MMA, boxing, bare knuckle? And yeah, let me know all these things. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, thanks so much.